In a world where political correctness often holds comedians back, a few fearless individuals stand tall, refusing to conform. What happens when these comedic rebels challenge the very system that made them famous and push the boundaries of free speech? Number 1, Dave Chappelle's 2019 special, Sticks and Stones.
And if I say it, you'll know that I'm telling you the truth. The rule is that no matter what you do in your artistic expression, you are never, ever allowed to upset. I'd say the letters, but I don't want to conjure their anger. That's too late now. I'm talking about them L's and them B's and them G's and the T's.
Number 2, Chappelle's stance on comedy and society.
And I don't blame them. It's not their fault, it's mine. I can't stop telling jokes about these things. I don't want to write these jokes, but I just can't stop.
Number 3, Chappelle's approach to comedy, exposing absurdities of woke culture.
Politics. So, we're going to keep it light. All right? Here we go. All right. Well, I just got over the flu, which is fantastic. You know what I mean? Had it last month. Whenever you have the flu, or like COVID.
Number 4, Bill Burr's approach to woke culture.
I know some people like it, some people don't, you know. I don't know. It's a weird thing, though. If you get it, what do? You side with the evil pharmaceutical companies. You know, if you don't, then you're aligned with people who don't wear shoes on an airplane.
Number 5, Bill Burr's 2020 SNL monologue.
Ladies, enough with the pantsuit. Okay? It's not working. Stop trying to have respect for yourselves. You don't win the office.
Number 6, Burr's firm stance against apologizing for jokes.
You'll be pleased to know this is the last time I'm hosting these awards, so I don't care anymore. I'm joking. I never did.
Number 7, Ricky Gervais, a critic of political correctness.
Well, you say you're woke, but the companies you work for, I mean, unbelievable. Apple, Amazon, Disney. If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent, wouldn't you?
Number 8, Gervais's 2020 Golden Globes opening monologue.
So, I mean, Kevin Hart was fired from the Oscars because of some offensive tweets. Hello? Lucky for me, the Hollywood foreign press can barely speak English.
Number 9, Gervais's critique of woke culture.
I think it was right after I hosted the Oscars. We went to dinner,
Yes.
and we talked about you hosting the Oscars.
Mm-hmm.
That it was a dream of yours. You've always wanted to host the Oscars. I said you should host the Oscars.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get asked to. I mean, it must have been amazing when they asked you to host this year.
Unreal. You know, there's a lot of goals that I have on my board. I got a vision board, and on that vision board is so many things that I want to do that I'll check off.
Number 10, Kevin Hart's experience with cancel culture.
The next morning, after a day full of congratulations and celebrations, I'm hit with an onslaught on social media of my past coming back up again. Literally the next morning. Mm-hmm. Not even a full 24 hours to glow in the glory of...
Number 11, Hart's critique of cancel culture and its toxicity.
Yeah, including there was a movement that they had a ban. I think most people abandoned it, but it was really ridiculous for a while, where they were yelling at white girls wearing hoop earrings because they were saying that this is a Latina thing, you're culturally appropriating.
I remember that.
Number 12, Hart's resilience and unapologetic comedy.
What the f*** are we talking about? Culturally appropriating is one of the dumbest things, because that's what cities are. They're melting pots of awesome cultures, and they all get together. Mm-hmm. Just if you're a fucking dude and you want to dress up like Bruce Lee, that doesn't mean you're culturally appropriating. It means you're a Bruce Lee fan.
Number 13, Joe Rogan stands on free speech and comedy.
They said you can't infringe on people's free speech, because if you infringe on the speech of people that you disagree with, you're being a fucking hypocrite. The only solution to bad speech is better speech. We've always known that. But when they had the power over social media and these collective groups of people that all had the same ideology, and then that tribal mentality kicks in, and you lose the perspective that you should have as an educated person that recognizes that everyone has to be able to talk, and we have to figure out who's right. And you might be wrong. You might be wrong, and you might be clinging to this idea that you're right, and you're gonna do the whole thing a terrible disservice. I'm full blast in the face, and a bunch of people do it. They stomp him, they kick him. I mean, he's out cold with his pants down. They are kicking him in the head.
I don't think people realize the effects that one of those E-rages can have on your psyche. And I think when people, they see something like the Lion guy or the dude who fucking caught the foul ball in Cubs game or fucking, you know, Metzger or anything like that.
Or this lady with the 8-year-old girl.
It comes at you from everything, everywhere.
Yeah.
And then the zeitgeist moves on. You know, people kind of move on and think something else. They're still getting hundreds of stuff a day saying it's still happening.
Right.
And so you all move on like nothing happened, but everyone added to their this overwhelming, like this thing you can't get out. I still think Metzger's flailing off that.
Number 14, Rogan's critique of woke ideology.
Human beings, because I think ultimately, even things that I disagree with, like woke ideology, I think ultimately what they're trying to do is make the world a better place.
What is that? What is woke ideology to you?
Woke ideology.
I mean, I think we need to define it before I jump in and.
Well, I think one of the best ways to describe it is a group of ideas that are also attached to ideas that are ridiculous. And I think that's the case with right-wing ideology as well. I think we have an inherent problem where we're very tribal.
How did you deal with the Spotify? What's that day like? The day of the boycotts and all that stuff? Because
when I made that video, one of the things I really wanted to get out there was that a lot of the things they were saying were misinformation. Like, that's a shit word. It's a shit term. We're talking about things that are proven to be true now.
Right.
And when I was talking about them, a lot of the things that I was talking about were already on the cover of Newsweek. Like, that was the one that masks don't work. Or, no, the cover of Newsweek was the lab leak hypothesis.
Right.
And then on CNN, they were saying cloth masks don't work. These are all things that I had read and talked to people about before. I'm like, you got to recognize, like, what you're calling disinformation 6 months from now could be just accepted fact. But to counter all the different points of criticism, and also that's a game dummies play. There's a dummy game, and that dummy game is attack you so that you have to respond back to them.
Number 15, Louis C.K.'s return after scandal.
I think it's pretty amazing when you think about it. The people used to say that being gay was wrong. Pretty recently, folks used to, like most people used to say that being gay was wrong. Of course, it's not wrong to be gay. I mean, it's pretty gay, but it's not wrong. But that's what people used to say. And now nobody says that. And I think that's a positive change.
If you enjoyed this breakdown of fearless comedians, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more insights on how humor and social commentary collide in today's world.